Welcome, algebra students, to 2-2. We are going to solve equations today using a different type of picture. We call this tape diagrams. So just real quick recap of 2-1, in case anyone has questions, is if I had negative 3x minus 3 equals 6 as my original equation, I would have drawn my negative 3x's, the long bars, and my negative 3 on my scale on this side, and then I would have drawn my 6 boxes over here. So these 6 boxes would have been here originally. Okay. To cancel out these 3 boxes, I have to draw 3 green boxes. Those cancel out. Okay. Then I would have to draw 3 over here. And then remember, we divided those into equal piles. We had 3 x's over here, so we needed to put these 9 blocks into 3 piles over here. That would give me negative 3x is equal to 9, and then negative 1x would be equal to 3, because those 9 would be broken into 3 piles of 3. Okay, so my answer would be negative x equals 3, but remember, I can't have a negative x, so I have to change both sides' signs to x equals negative 3. Okay, so that is just an example, a little recap. I believe it's number 4 on your worksheet for 2-1. So let's talk equality. So equality is an equal opportunity. In other words, Jesus gave us an equal opportunity to go to heaven because of his life, death, and resurrection. Equity, on the other hand, is an equal outcome. Not all go to heaven, and that is because they don't all take advantage of the opportunity. So we can conclude that equality does not equal equity. Okay, so take advantage of that opportunity Jesus gives you, and you will be good. All right, so this is what our tape diagrams look like. So this whole thing, this whole pink part, is equal to 20 spaces. This gray part is equal to 11, and we don't know what this, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to yawn at you. We don't know what this x stands for. So we could write an equation, okay? The 11 and the x would be added together, and they would equal 20. So that would look like this. So 20 is equal to 11 plus x. You see that? 11 plus x is equal to 20. So we need to figure out how big x is, okay? So right now, in doing the scale diagrams and these tape diagrams, we're really just trying to have you understand the equality of things. So let's see. How can I figure this out? Well, 11 plus 9 would be 20, right? So we know that x equals 9. Let's check it out. Let's do our check. 20 equals 11 plus x was my original equation. I substitute my 9 in for my x, and 20 does indeed equal 20. Fantastic. Let's look at another one. So what would our equation be for this one? So it's equal to 16, right? We've got this 1 here, don't lose that. And then we have 3 x's. So what's our equation going to be? Try and write that down real quick. Did you get 1 plus 3x equals 16? You should have, because we've got this x and x and x, and we're adding all that together to equal 16. Okay, so now that we know that, we need to figure out how much each of these x's are equal to. So how big is this space, the white space here, if the whole thing is 16? Well, we can take this 1 off. And when we take that 1 off, we have 3 chunks. And those 3 chunks would be equal to how much? If we take this 1 off of the 16, how much would be left? 15, right? And so now if I take those 3 chunks, which have to be equally split up between 15, how much would each chunk be? Hopefully you said 5, because 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So x should be equal to 5. Well, let's check it out. 1 plus 3x equals 16. 1 plus 3 times 5 equals 16. 1 plus 15 equals 16. 1 plus 15 is indeed 16, so 16 does equal 16. Great. All right, let's look at one more of these. So how many x's do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5x. Now this here, because there's nothing here, but the space is as big as 21, means minus 21. So 5x minus 21 is going to equal 9. That's our equation, okay? So if we've got that equation, how are we going to break up those x pieces? Well, the x pieces are the same as the distance of this not 21 and 9. So how much is that? I'm hoping you said 30. And so now, since we know what the whole space is 30, we can break these 5 chunks, break that into 5 equal chunks. And 30 broken into 5 equal chunks is, hoping you said 6. It should be 6. Okay, let's double check that. So I had 5x minus 21 equals 9. 5 times 6 is 30, minus 20 equals 9. And 30 minus 21 does equal 9. 9 equals 9. Fantastic. So as you're doing these tape diagrams, it's super important to test if you got your answer right. All right, let's look at number 4. So number 4, I would like you to try on your own. I will help you to write the equation. So we have how many x's here? 4. Remember, this means subtract, and this is what you're equal to. So you should have 4x minus 14 equals 26. I would like you to finish that problem before you come to class. So the next example is a little different because you're given the equation and now you need to draw the tape diagram. So when we draw our tape diagram, we know it's equal to 55. So our big chunk is 55. And we need to have 7 x's plus 13. And then, and we got that just like that. Okay? So now, how would we solve this one? Well, remember like that first one where it was equal to 16 and we took off the 1? We could do that here. We could do that here. Let's take off that 13. This 13. So how big is this chunk now? So it's no longer 55, this chunk here, right? With the 13 off, how big is it? I'm hoping you said 42. And when we divide all of our x's, our 7 x's up, 42 into 7 equal chunks, my x would be equal to 6. Okay, let's check that out. 7x plus 13 equals 55 was our starting equation. That's what we were given. We plug in our 6 for our x. That's 42. 42 plus 13 does equal 55. Yep, 55 equals 55. So remember, this side we're going down. and then we're making sure it equals 55. Okay, so try another one, number 6. 6x minus 2 equals 22. So the big chunk is going to look like this, our 6x's. And remember, we have to take off that 2 on the bottom. So 22 minus 2, so 6x's. So what's your next step? Well, we have to figure out how long these x's are total. So what is our total length? 22 plus 2 is 24. Okay, so now we're going to take our 6x's, and they're going to be equal to 24 total. So if that's true, what does our x have to be equal to? What times 6 equals 24? 24 divided by 6 is 4. So my x should be equal to 4. Great. Again, let's do a check. I've got my original equation. I plugged my 4 in. 6 times 4 is 24 minus 2. 24 minus 2 is indeed 22, and that does equal 22. Fantastic. All right, I think I have one more here. I want you to try this one on your own, and then I'm going to go through the last one with you because it has negative x's. So this one I'd like you to try on your own. I drew the picture for you. You do the rest. Okay? You do the rest. One more little hint. Once you figure out this space, you may want to break it up into its own space. So those 3 x's. And look at that. Okay, number 8 has negative x's on it, so I wanted to go over that one with you together. We are subtracting 2. It's equal to 13, so we're going to have a box of 13 and empty space of 2. Box of 13, empty space of 2. So all together, what's this equal to? This whole space, I'm hoping you said 15. And then if you break these negative x's up into equal spaces, you should get, so there's 5 of those, 15 broken up into 5 equal spaces. My x, or my negative x, each of these would be equal to 3, because 15 divided by 5 would give me 3. So each of these is equal to 3. Now, is this my answer though? Remember, I can't have a negative x, so I need to change the sign of this, change the sign of that, and so my final answer is x equals negative 3, because I have to have a positive x answer. Okay, let's really quickly double check that. Oh, nope, I didn't double check it. But if you throw that negative 3 in there, negative 5 times negative 3 is going to give you positive 15. Positive 15 minus 2 is indeed 13, and 13 does equal 13. Okay, great. God bless.